Da da dee da do do. Bum bum bum. Wow wow. Wow wow. Oh, we look good. Let it ride, baby. Are we live? Oh, we're fully loaded. All right. Buckle up. Buckle up. One of my friends makes fun of me now. He just goes, buckle up. He goes, buckle up. I can't stop doing it now. It's gonna get annoying. All right, so we're rocking. Can you guys hear me good? Because last time we had a bit of technical difficulties. you know. All right, I think we're good. I'm just going to assume that everything sounds great and that we're perfect and everything's wonderful. All right, so tonight we got an open discussion. So whatever you guys want to talk about. What's up, YZTC? How you doing, man? Wage slavery. That's good. Everyone loves that. That's the best. Dude, I've just been having a lazy ass day. You know those commercials you see where they're like, work from home in your PJs and, have bedhead. And then you never do that ever. So I did that today. I just been doing nothing. I haven't done a thing. That's a lie. I've done some things. This is how handy I am. I always make fun of myself for being the best handyman. I'm redoing my screen enclosures outside, right, on my porch. So, do I bother measuring anything? No. I just go and I pick up $100 worth of screen shit. It doesn't fit. It's classic. I should have known better. Wage slavery. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to keep that one on the in my back pocket here. I like that. Wage slavery. All right. So let's get this party started and we'll build this up a little bit more. I'm going to drop the link in the chat if you're new here. If you want to pop on live here, there's going to be a link in the comment section. You just click it and then you're in. Boom. This one goes, am I the only one that feels that his channel is going to explode soon? Such unique charisma. Whoa. What are the Macarena or whatever that is? Poopy butt. That's a good name. I just totally ignored this person. I really appreciate that comment. Yeah, it's going up. We're doing good. You gotta enjoy the ride. All right, let's see. Roman Empire. Yeah. Yep, Roman Empire all over again. I know. How much for a loaf of bread? You can't afford it. Oh, this guy said exactly that. All right. Looks like we're getting enough people in here. I'm going to pop the link in the chat. We'll get this party started. Have some fun. Wage slavery, though. I almost feel like there's almost no escaping it. I mean, and then you see people who get super rich and then they just keep working. I don't know. I don't know. And I don't like it. Social Security is paid into. The politicians use it to use that as their slush fund. Slush fund? Slush fund. That's good. Okay. Yeah, I think Social Security is kind of like a Ponzi scheme, right? Kind of makes sense. Like I'm paying into it so that old man Whitaker can, get the money. I guess that leads into, not having kids. Then who's going to pay for our Social Security in the future? I don't know. I doubt the government will do it. Okay, Social Security, that's a good one. We'll put that on the list. Social Security being a Ponzi scheme. Write that down. That's a good one. This one, Helena, I can't read. God. It is by design. They want everyone in a third world country. That one, I actually think you're onto something there. They want everybody poor. Let's write that down. Everybody is poor on purpose. Write down on purpose. All right, cool. We got some good topics here, guys. Okay, we're talking wage slavery. Okay, we're talking sex. All right, we're talking social security. Okay, we're talking We're getting deep tonight. All right. I can't wait to see. Wait, I can't wait to see how they try and sell UBI. It freaks me out. I don't even know what that is. All right, let's get to some good comments here. The link is in the chat, guys. Whoever wants to set it off and jump on, just if you're feeling risky, get on in here. Get on in here. Whiskey Tango, what's up, brother? How you doing? Just chilling at the gym parking lot. Very nice, very nice. I actually just started working out again, and I got to tell you, it's a lot of work, and I'm very sore. It's so hard to just stay committed to the gym. I've done it. Don't get me wrong. I've gotten results. It's like this big. Size doesn't matter. But yeah, going to the gym, that's difficult, man. Oh, what's this guy talking about? Do you think Chad and Tyrone destroyed the dating market? Well, if you're talking about my friend Chad, who's like 5'5", then no, not him. But definitely all the other Chads and Tyrones for sure. No, I don't know, dude. When I go out in public, man, it's almost like, all right, whatever I tried with the hair. When I go out in public, it doesn't even look like how it looks on the internet anymore. If that makes any sense. It's like I see girls with guys the same height as them. I see girls with girls. I see guys with guys. It's free range out here. Okay, I think that's your best bet nowadays in dating is just, just swing both ways. That way your options are just wide open. I'm just kidding. It's a bad joke. All right, buckle up. We got our first contender coming in here. Let's have some fun. All right, brother, you live.
What up? What up?
So, what's your name and where you hail from?
I'm Glenn. I'm from like central Wisconsin, small town. I do construction in the summertime and like to travel in the winter.
Okay, so you're
live
one
life
of
to the
those.
fullest.
You're one of those dudes who gets to work for 6 months and then, or 8 months, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, he goes. Yeah, it's kind of me. I'm kind of living it up.
It's however you get to that 2,000 hours, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, so that's actually right on the border with wage slavery. So how old are you?
I'm 34 now.
Okay, same age. All right, so how long have you had this? All right, so fill us in on this. How do you pull off? How many months do you work, and then how many months do you get off? How does this?
I just got into this gig back in 2020, actually, right during COVID. I got hired in July. And you end up working from whenever the road limits get lifted to about right before Thanksgiving, basically.
All right, so how many months would you say on that?
About 7 months, 7, 8.
And then you get paid enough to just chill out and just kind of max out.
Yeah, a lot of guys. I mean, some people work in the winter too, depending if you have family. I live just below my means most of the time and make it work.
Oh, that's sick, man. All right, so we do have an open discussion tonight. Is there anything that was on your mind you wanted to ask me or bring up and kind of spark some, get shit popping here?
No, it's for me, it's hard. Like everybody complains about working hours and everything being hard. And we work 60 to 80 hours a week every week, pretty much. And it's just, we can't find people to work. It's crazy to me that you can come out of high school and make 50 grand a year without even trying very hard.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Let's get down to let's get the details here. So let's say you guys hire somebody. First of all, what do you guys do? Construction?
We do asphalt paving, so it does suck. It's
okay.
You shovel 280-degree stuff all day.
Yeah, concrete.
It's pretty hot, pretty miserable. Same difference.
Okay, so let's say you hired somebody out the gate, brand new. How much you think they're gonna make in a year if they're working, let's say 60 hours a week?
If they work normal season from start to finish, they're starting out of high school like last year, an 18-year-old kid probably made about 50,000, I'd say. Probably about 45 average.
Now, is that just for the 7-8 months, or is that like full year round working
that's
on
for like the 7 months?
Oh, that's pretty chill. I mean,
That's
minus
kids
the.
out of high school. They get full benefits after 90 days.
Oh well, hey, that's an option. You guys, if you guys are hiring, feel free to tell everybody where you're located. Maybe you get somebody a job.
It's up in central Wisconsin. Any of the paving companies will be hiring.
All right, for sure. Okay,
So,
man. Well, anything else for me, or I'm gonna keep this moving along here, unless you got something
you can keep it going. You can keep it going. I'm enjoying the beautiful weather we're having here.
I see that. I see that. I'm cooped up inside here.
So,
All right, brother. I appreciate you calling in, man. Good shit with that job. Enjoy your winter.
you.
All right, Mike.
Thank you.
All right. What does RLP stand for? It stands for Red Leather Podcast. Because I used to have red leather chairs that I would sit in, and then I wear the red leather jacket. It just sounded good, Red Leather Podcast. Just had a ring to it. RLP just kind of really just felt good, I was like, yes, that's the one. All right, let's get the next guy in here. Our government hates us. It's easy to see. Yeah, I don't doubt it. It looks that way to me. All right, we got Jonathan popping on. Jonathan, can you hear me, brother?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Jack?
I'm doing good, man. Nice mustache there, buddy.
Oh, thank you. Back at you. Nice hair. Love it. And the leather jacket. I have one myself, but it's probably getting a little hot there in Florida now, right?
Yeah, it's. It's still really nice. We got about another month or two, but it's you can't really. You could at nighttime you could pull off a jacket. During the day, forget it.
Oh, okay. Got a nice coastal breeze comes in.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. All right, man. So, Jonathan, how old are you, and where are you calling from, brother?
Oh, I'm 39 years old, and I'm calling from Nevada.
All right, all right. So, do you have a specific thing you wanted to talk about? Something you've been marinating on? You want to get something started here? Well, that's not good. Ruining the whole show. A man with no bills is a rich man. Yeah, but they keep adding fucking bills to us, don't they? It's crap. I don't like it. Let's talk about the economy. It's shit, and it's the best. I love it. How do we call? Okay, I'm gonna put the link in the chat. This is how you're gonna pop on. You just click that link. I wonder if I could like highlight this link. How do I do this? I should know how to do this by now. All right, let me see. All right. Okay, he's gone. He's out of here. All right, I'm going to try and highlight this. Okay, I just put the link in the chat. You click on it, and then it'll give you a list of shit to do. All right, that guy's gone. He just ruined the whole show. Just threw off my entire groove. Unreal, dude. You think you get a guy come on the show with a good mustache. You think things are going in the right direction. Boom, $1 donation. Thank you, D-Man. I appreciate that. We got 10 big ones from Yoli Guacamole, Patreon member as well. I really appreciate that. Let's talk about why food factories are going up in flames. I haven't heard about that. Let's see if Dan's heard about that. We got Dan live on the track.
What's up, man? How's it going?
That's
Love
going
the channel,
great.
by the way.
Hey, thanks, dude. So how old are you, and where are you calling from, brother?
I'm 24. I live in Cleveland.
Cleveland boy, I like it.
Yeah.
All right, so Dan, let's get down to brass tacks here. What's going on with this food factories going up in flames? You got the information that we need for this?
Honestly, I don't. I was calling because I was actually considering getting a new truck, and then I was watching your videos and kind of stopped myself from doing that because I thought it wouldn't be the best idea financially. I mean, I can afford it, but there's way better places.
Okay. When you say you can afford it, no, because I'm guilty of making decisions like that. That's why I make videos about this shit, because I've made the mistake of raising my bills like an idiot. You know what I mean? So, all right. So when you say you could afford it, I don't want to mean a bug in your business, but people are kind of interested. What kind of money are you making here? What are we talking about? Okay, let's get down to the brass tacks.
I mean, I don't really want to say it publicly, but I have a great office job, like a corporate job.
Okay.
Then I sell a program online, and I'm also in the trucking business.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, when you were looking at trucks, let's do this then. You don't want to get down nitty and gritty here. I understand. When you were looking at trucks, what were you looking at, and how much was it, and what would your payments be?
A Ram Rebel, right now they got rebates and dealer discounts, so about 60,000, and the payment was gonna be around like 650, 700 with what I got down.
650, 700.
Yeah.
What's with that? I mean, oh, what? Okay, 60 grand. Because my brother just bought a truck for 25 grand used 2018 Ram, or a Dodge something. It's a Ram or something like that. Okay, it's a big truck. It's a big boy. But he was looking at like the $60,000 ones, and I was like, bro, I started looking too, and I was like, dude, there's ones for like 20, 30 grand. Like, what are you doing? So have you tried maybe looking into that? Like, okay, when you say you can afford it, let me ask you this question. Could you just walk out tomorrow and just go drop 25 grand on a car and just buy it out?
I could, but is it a smart idea? No.
Okay, there we go. All right.
Yeah.
So, hey, that's good though. But I mean, does your car right now run fine? Like, or your truck? Like,
Yeah, I got it last year actually. I got Tacoma new last year. Just I don't know, before I had a used Ram, and like a Tacoma just doesn't hit the same, and yeah.
yeah, Phoenix, Arizona, all the way to Tacoma. Bam, bam, bam. My uncle's real gay. I like that song.
Yeah. Not but the economy, man. Also, that's taking the shit too.
What happened?
The economy, man, it's also taking such a shit. It's like,
you said you have an office job. You you know, you hear about all these layoffs and shit. You worried about your job at all?
nah, I'm great at my job. I work in supply chain, and I'm actually really good at what I do. So that's something I'm not too worried about. I don't do tech. I actually I went to college, but I never finished it. So
Yeah, that's the best.
not too worried about that.
Well, that's good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because I think about that shit. You know, I'm working on a video right now about like all these jobs and layoffs and shit. And I sit here and think about like what I'm doing. And I'm like, I was like, oh, I hope this, you know, I hope I could keep doing this, you know. Because I not that I wouldn't suck it up. You know, you get people commenting and they'll be like, well, dude, if YouTube takes shit, bro, you're all screwed. And I'm like, yeah, dude, like, of course. You think I don't know this? You know,
Yeah, but you're good at what you do, man. So I mean, I wouldn't be too worried about it.
I don't lose sleep over it, but it's something I do think about. I stay up. I stay awake all hours of the night like this. Help.
Nah.
And I start crying. Yeah, I do. I'm just kidding. I don't.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, man. Any last words? I'm gonna keep the show moving. And dude, if you have a new Tacoma, bro, just chill out. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even worth it.
Last words, I'd say just work hard and, keep pushing yourself to everyone. Like I work myself to the bone, and I mean, at the end of the day, it's hard, but you feel super fulfilled. So that's about it.
All right, brother. I appreciate you calling in, man.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, keep that Tacoma, bro. And then, when the car market takes a royal dump, dude, just go cop a new whip.
One day.
Man. All right. Good thing he didn't pull the trigger on that. See, I need to be able to get people to open up about what they're making. That's what we're going to start doing. We're going to start getting deep here. We'll see. I want to see how far I could push this. Just get information out of you guys. This is good. All right. Jack, do you invest in the stock market? I've been looking into doing like ETFs, or I have it all written down. Where is it? This is how organized I am. I have it all written down somewhere. Yeah. I don't even know where I wrote it down. But I'm going to get a brokerage account. I got it right here. Check this out. A brokerage account. Okay. And then I need to do certain ETFs, SCHDs, SPHD / ETF. Okay. And then get my dividends. I don't know what I just said, but I'm working on it. I'm going to try it. Like, I've tried certain stocks before. I actually hit on Dogecoin once because my homie hit on Dogecoin. He's like, bro, put money in there. I was like, okay. And I put $1,000 in, And then next thing you know, I made like $8,000, and I was like, wow, that was easy. But that's the extent of my stock exchange, if you would. But yes, I'm gonna try it out, but I'm not gonna be doing no like day trading. I'm just gonna like kind of. I feel like the market is at this high, right? Like I was joking about this because I have a Roth IRA, which is like a long-term retirement account, but it's like stocks and like S&P 500 and all this crap. And it's just like sitting on a lie. So I just have all this money sitting in this account, but I haven't put it in anywhere. It's just in the account earning peanuts, but I haven't dropped it in because I feel like I'm just buying it like this like made up number. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm a genius. Trust what I say. All right, we got Claire coming on. Claire, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
A little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Hey, so glad to be. I've been watching. I've been having a lot of fun watching your show. Oh my gosh, I would be so stressed out if it wasn't for your show.
Oh, well, I'm sure there's plenty of shows out there you could watch, but I really appreciate that.
I don't know. You're pretty real with people. I appreciate that a lot.
I try.
So, you're not a phony. That's for sure.
I don't want to.
Keeping it real in Miami, right? You're in Miami.
I'm near Miami. I'm about an hour north of Miami. But hey, Claire, are you walking and talking here? Because there's a lot of noise coming from your end.
Yeah, I know there is. I might try to. Maybe I'll leave and come back. Do you want me to leave?
Yeah. Try and exit out and then hop back on. All right. She sounded like a lovely lady, but she's just ruining the vibe. I'm just kidding, Claire. Boom. This guy goes, Claire sounds cute as fuck. Here comes Chad. Look at him. Sniping. Just working his way through the chat. How much you want to bet they end up having sex? I'll bet $5 just for fun. We'll never know. All right. We got Nick the plumber coming in here. Nick, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you great. Can you hear me?
Hear you loud and clear, brother. So how old are you and where are you calling from, my man?
34 from Alberta.
I know you've called in before. All right.
Yeah, I was on the show with your red pill friend there.
Shape.
Shape, that's it, yeah.
Yeah. He hasn't been on in a while. He's he can get into it, man. That's my boy. You gotta have a couple
things I just want to mention here quick. First of all, that one video you shot outside where you chucked your shoe, that just made me laugh. That was hysterical. Secondly, love your conspiracy stuff that you do too.
What was the conspiracy? What happened?
Like your video on conspiracies, like the World Fair, the mud floods.
That stuff's crazy stuff, man.
It is crazy stuff to look into.
Yeah, I don't know. You look at this stuff and I go, I want this to be true, because I just really don't believe much stuff anymore. I'm like, is it real? Is it not? I don't know.
Yeah, like how much of our history are they hiding, or did they burn down from us?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, man, it's like, dude, but it's getting like the conspiracy theory stuff's getting like super mainstream now. Like, for instance, I was watching on I use this app Tubi on my TV, and if anybody doesn't have Tubi, it's got some. If you're a documentary person, they got some dopes. They got a lot of shit on there. It's free too. But I was on there looking at their documentaries, and I couldn't believe how many like conspiracy theory like shows and documentaries there are. I'm like, damn, this shit's like, I love it. It's fun, but I'm just like, oh man, they got a lot of this stuff going down, man.
Oh yeah.
So okay, so you're calling in. So you got anything on your mind that you really wanted to let loose, talk about?
Not really. I go with the flow with anything. If you're curious, here's something you probably never really see much of. We're in the middle of a bit of a snowstorm right now.
Oh, nice.
Expected to get like 25 centimeters.
Well, that's good. What's 25 centimeters? What was that like?
About
like
2 feet.
Foot? 2 feet. That's how much I.
Oh no, a foot. About a foot.
All right. So you're a plumber, right? So do you work for a company, or are you doing your own thing?
I started my own company about almost 3 years ago.
Okay, so let me ask you this, right? Because I hear plumbers make a lot of money, but then But then I know a couple of like kind of beginner plumbers who are like 3 years in, 4 years in, but they're telling me they don't make shit. So how does this, so what's the difference in pay from you working for a cat and now you doing your own thing? Like what's the difference? Like what are we talking here?
If you're a journeyman plumber, you can easily make in Alberta around 80K a year,
Okay.
but that's
And that's
Canadian dollars.
and that's working for that's about the same as US, or is Canadian money worth more than the US right now?
US is more. We're about we are $1.37 to your $1.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So since you went into business for yourself, did you just straight up quit your gig, or did you just like slowly branch out? Like how'd you go about that?
I was fortunate in a sense where my dad left me an inheritance. He passed away a few years ago.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
So I was able to just quit my job and kind of go my own way. A lot of things that people don't know about plumbers, it's probably one of the most expensive trades to start off in just because of our tools. Like I have over 30 grand in tools.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, it covers a whole lot, but plumbing's really different in Canada than is in the US. From what I understand is that in the US, you get like individual tickets for every little part of plumbing because plumbing's such a huge and broad trade that there's so many different components. So in the US, they kind of divide it off where you need a ticket in every little single category. Where
Okay.
in Canada, it's all one giant program, which is why our plumbers are sought after throughout the world.
Okay, that's dope. But
Yeah.
like, all right, so let me real quick before we're gonna keep this moving on. I'm curious. So what's the difference in pay since you're 3 years in? So I'm assuming you've picked up steam. I understand the beginning of doing anything is gonna be rough. But so like what's your like would you say you've doubled your income or tripled, or give us some juicy stuff here to work with?
Honestly, the hardest part is networking, get in contact and connected with the right contractors, building that connection and securing that future work with them.
Okay.
So honestly, the first 3 years were very, very rough. Yeah, I was probably negative for the first 3 years. This year, I am hoping to make six figures actually.
Hey, good for you, man. That's awesome,
But
dude.
like I said, that was like 3 years of pretty much living off of what my dad left me, being able to establish myself, making those right connections. So it is very tough.
But you know what? You were in a position where I call that a calculated risk. So like when I decided to do this right here, thanks to you guys, by the way, to go for this full time, I took off work, but I like did the math. I was like, okay, what's the worst case scenario if I take off work for 5 months? I was like, how much could I lose? And I was like adding like crazy shit. Like I need a new roof on my house and like just like going overboard with it. And I was like, I think I can handle that. So it's like, but not a lot of but it's so hard to be able to do that for people. Like to be able to just go, I'm going to switch industries completely without having an income. Like,
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, how do you even pull that off?
Involved.
Yeah, because dude, I spent in like, I was down like about 15 grand just in, I think like 4 months I had like shit come up though. It was like some dental stuff, car, just some random stuff happened, regular bills. But I remember being like, oh, I need to make this work fast. I ended up just going back to a job, but then this didn't work out.
There's been times where it's like, geez, like I'm gonna have to start working for another company again here and there. Like that's come up multiple times. Like even right now, sometimes I've been getting paid monthly, so you have to learn to manage your bills better because it's like, hey, like my next paycheck, like sure it'll be a nice paycheck, but like it's going to be a month out.
That's how I'm working right now. I get paid once a month, technically twice a month, but one of the months is on the second time it's like $400 or something like that. It's kind of just like here's some gas money type deal. But yeah,
and then there's fronting materials and stuff for certain jobs. So like right now I fronted like over $1,000 of material on one job, and it's been 2 months and I still haven't seen that return on that. So like you really have to create a safety net for yourself. Like I said, it took 3 years for me to finally get in a comfortable position where I might do well this year. It's still unknown. Like I said, like I'm hoping with everything that the contractors tell me, but there's always delays and stuff too.
Of course.
So you never know.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you calling in, Nick. Have a cool night, man. Keep this moving. Appreciate
Thank you.
brother.
Just want to say the one thing that makes you great is doing these lives every week. I love that. You're sets you a bar above everybody else.
You know what? I'm glad you say that, because, you know, I get, not all the time, but I'll get people say like, bro, I don't like want to watch you live. I'm like, dude, you don't have to. I'm like, what are you talking about? No, it's just funny. I'm like, dude, I'm just giving you guys an opportunity to be able to come on some person's show. How many people are watching right now? 600 and something odd people are watching. You know, I'm just giving you guys an opportunity to come in and talk some shit. And, you know, like,
and that's how people can relate with you.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's why everybody feels you're real, because you actually want to connect with them, see what they're feeling in their parts of wherever they're from. It's genuine.
I honestly enjoy it. But yeah, Nick, I'm gonna let you go. We'll be here forever. I mean, I get this rolling.
Take care.
Man. All right. So how do you get on the show? There's a link in the chat. If it won't let you on, it's just because there's a lot of people in rotation right now. But I just popped the link back in there, and boom, boom, you're good. What's up, Organic Thug? How you doing, brother? That's my boy right there. Let me see. All right, we're gonna get somebody else in here. Be calm, everybody in the queue. I'm getting to you. Boom, 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 diddly do. All right, this one goes $5 from Shadowback. Thank you very much. Goes, hi Jack. Thoughts on C5 and C6 vets? Millennials are buying them now. In your opinion, you think it's smarter to buy an old reliable cars than new cars? Honestly, man, when it comes to, I don't know how old these Corvettes are, but if that's going to be your daily driver, I don't even know if that's smart whatsoever. Hey, fuck it, you know, push it to the limit, whatever. But I think buying in that sweet spot, man, if you can get something for like 10 grand that's reliable, or if you're in a good, like somewhere like where Florida, you know, Texas, you know, places where it doesn't snow, I feel like you got a lot more options to like buy something cheaper. But hey, if you got it like that, you know, go stunt, do your thing, man. You know, I get it, you know. But yeah, for my like daily driver, if it's not a daily driver, then fine. But like daily driver, you just want something that's going to get you there, and you know it's going to start. I mean, that's all I really care about. I do like riding around. I get it. I love cars. I understand it. But when it comes down to it, I drove my Cadillac every day for like a month one time. My Ford was in the shop. And I got to tell you, dude, it was like I was parking in the back of the park in like the back of the shopping center because I didn't want to get my door dinged. You know what I mean? Like with my regular car, you know, I'm just flailing that thing open. You know what I mean? I'm hitting curbs. You know what I'm saying? I'm riding. I'm sliding. You know, I'm spilling drinks in the back. You know, it's kind of like a little freedom in that. You know, you got a really nice car. You're always just kind of like, don't mess it up. Is that something on your shoes? I'm like, yeah, it is. All right, let's get some more people in here. All right, looks like we got Adrian popping on next.
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah, going good, brother. So, Adrian, how old are you and where are you calling from?
I'm 21 and I'm calling from Texas.
Oh, I got a Texas boy.
Well, I'm not from Texas. I actually moved to Texas last month.
Okay, very nice.
And I'm currently homeless right now.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, so you're 21 and you're homeless. How does first of all, that's shitty. Second of all, how does that happen?
So when I was back in Wisconsin, basically at the age of 19, I wanted to kind of be independent and be on my own, you know, and just with everything going on in the economy and everything going downhill, you know, I just, you know, worked some really shitty jobs, and obviously doing shitty jobs, you deal with shitty managers and people, and you end up quitting, and you make bad decisions, financial decisions, and you
I've
just
been
end
there.
up rock bottom. Yeah, you just end up at rock bottom, and the thing I can tell everybody on here is that if you're hitting rock bottom, I think it's definitely a blessing in disguise, because you can definitely find your potential when you do hit rock bottom. But I do feel though that with everything going on, I do feel like it is by design. I do feel like the economy is the way it is for a reason, and I just feel like a lot of people aren't seeing it. But watching your videos and stuff, I feel like people are starting to see what really is going on. With everything like the
Oh
low
no,
paying jobs.
yeah, well, I feel the same way, man. Like I don't think it's like maybe it's not anybody's fault. Hold on, I'm gonna mute you for a second. Shit's humming. Um, I don't think it's anybody's fault necessarily. It's the government. It's their fault. I'm just kidding. Probably. Maybe it is. I don't know. But I do feel that way. I feel like it's getting to a point where like I'm doing a video that I'm gonna post sometime this week, but it's kind of like $25 an hour is like a joke now. It's kind of like that's where we're at. That's where we're at. $25 an hour is a joke. It's classic. I love it. It's the best. Like this guy goes, yeah, like 20 an hour in California to flip burgers. Yeah, and that still ain't that ain't enough. Maybe enough to have a tent off Santa Monica, but that's where it's at. Well, I gotta ask this kid, man. This is a young cat here. Hold on, I'm gonna get him back on. All right, hold on. So, Adrian, let me ask you a question. So, when you say you're homeless, you mean like legit? Like, do you at least have a car to sleep in, or you couch surfing, or are you like straight up?
So the situation right now is that I have a car, but since I don't have a job yet, I can't pay for my car, and it's being financed. So since I missed a car payment already, basically they're giving me to the end of the month to sell the car, or they're gonna take it. So I just been living out of my car, and I don't have a job yet. So basically, if I don't get a job anytime soon, I'll lose my car, and then I'll be really, really homeless on the streets in Texas. But yeah, that's my situation. I've definitely learned from my mistakes, and I've learned watching your videos and seeing everybody struggling out here making bad decisions. It's definitely a lesson I've learned, and I like the idea of riding around in an old car with no payment and not having a lot of bills and working and saving your money and just being free that way. And I feel like for me, though, being homeless out on the streets, with not really a lot of things to worry about, like living in an apartment that you hate, or, going to a job you hate every day, I feel like it's given me a freedom, but not like a complete freedom, though. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, dude. You still got you got nowhere to live. It's like a mission every day. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
All right. So, Adrian, why don't we do this? We did a giveaway recently. Oh, I'm gonna mute this bitch one more time. Oh, I didn't mean to call him a bitch. I'm gonna mute this bitch. My bad. Homeless? Fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. Adrian, what I want you to do is we had a giveaway we did. A lot of you guys, a lot of people reached out, and we did $200. Some kind soul donated $200 and said, "Hey, I want to give this away to somebody." So we did that, and that caused a chain reaction. So I ended up getting a bunch of more donations, and I actually was going to do this in a video coming up. But Adrian, I'm going to unmute you. I want you to give me your Zelle or Cash App, and I'm going to send you some money right now because I got an extra $100 to give away. I was going to do it in a future video, but fuck it. Time is now. So what's your information here?
I just have to open up my Cash App quick. Hopefully it doesn't kick me off the live stream.
Yeah, let's get your Cash App. I was going to do another giveaway, but fuck it, we'll do it now. Why not? This guy goes, Jack, get your hair high and tight. It will look a lot better. Yeah, I haven't even fixed my hair all day. It's just going crazy. You know, I'll just let it rock. You know what I mean? Just let it do its thing. It's like its own entity sometimes. Let's talk conspiracy theories. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. We're gonna get this guy. We're gonna get this guy some cash real quick, and then we're gonna get on to the next caller. Oh no, while he's looking for that, let's see. Yeah, there's a little lag on him. I know. He's got the string. Something's up, but you know what? He needs to be heard right now.
Okay, I'm back. I had to go copy my my
All right.
Cash App. I have it copied. Where do you want me to put it? In the chat?
Yeah, just put it in the chat real quick. That way I don't spell it incorrectly.
Okay. I appreciate you taking me on to the live stream. I've been watching your videos actually since I went homeless, and it's just you've gotten me through some hard days, and and I'm sure you've gotten everyone through some hard days. It's a tough world out here, and all I can say for everybody out here struggling, just keep your head up and take it one day at a time. And for everybody that's fortunate enough to live with their parents and don't have any bills, keep it that way. Don't try to be on your own. Save that money, and eventually when things do get better, and hopefully soon they will, you'll be set up for success. So that's what
I totally agree with you, man. Hey, pop that in the chat real quick. Yeah, put your Cash App in the chat. What's up?
It is in the chat. I put in I just clicked on chat and I put it in there.
I'm not seeing it. Did you do? Oh wait, did you put it in the private chat? Oh, you put it in the private chat.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I got it. Hey, much love to you, dude. I'm gonna zip that over to you right now, but I'm gonna get you out of here. You're humming. All right, stay up, brother. All right, we're gonna send that over to him right now. If anybody else wants to send this guy money, you're more than welcome to. Wait, where's the chat at? There it is. Sorry, guys, this is lagging here, but you know what? We're gonna help this guy out. I just put his Cash App in the chat. It's money all day 7. That's a good one. Manifestation, right? Jesus. All right, we're gonna pay. Let me pay him out real quick. We're gonna send this guy $100 real quick. Money. Hold on, let's double check this real quick. Oh, come on, dude. The comments are flying in. Money, all day 7. Got it. Money, all day 7. All right, we got him. We're going to confirm it. Boom. We're going to send it. Bang. Come on. We got people watching here. Hurry up. All right, we just sent $100. Let's let it focus. Hold on. We sent $100 there. Boom. I hope that's the right guy, and I hope he got it. We did what we could. Sorry about that. I know his audio was off. Hey, you know what? They're not all going to hit, okay? But, we got to do some Oprah stuff out here, all right? Okay, let's get some more people coming in here. Adrian, did you get it? Give us a thumbs up if you got it. He got it, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. All right, brother. Good. I hope that helps. All right. We got $2 here from Soul Pop. It goes, Gen X disliked job stability. Gen Z wants it. Gen X disliked job stability. Gen Z wants it. Okay, cool. I mean, I think everybody wants job stability. I could be wrong. All right, we got David coming in here. David, you're live, brother. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me well?
Oh yeah, you're crispy. So David, how old are you, and where are you calling from, my man?
I'm 29 years old. I'm calling from Portland, Oregon, actually. I came across your videos back in December, man, and I came across you when he had like 1,500 subscribers. I'm like, this dude is way too talented to have 1,500 subscribers.
Oh,
And from
thanks,
that
man.
day, moving on, dog, you just been flying like a bird, family. So just keep doing what you're doing. I love it. I came across you because of your the car videos in the repo session. And I'm just
I
like,
love
this
those.
is wild, family. And I love those too. And side note, so let me tell you a little bit about myself, origin story. I used to be married. I'm recently divorced. It's only been a year, that type of deal. And due to the financial situations and my debt, right, I had to move back into my parents, right? You should do a video about moving back into your parents. There's a bunch of TikTok videos that's on that too. I would love for you to have your point of view when it comes to that.
Okay,
But
wait. Can you say that one more time? Sorry, I shouldn't have been looking over here. This one goes, Jack just got played for $100. Actually, I didn't. I was going to give that $100 away in a future video.
say that
Yeah.
man is homeless. He gonna need it regardless. If it's for some food or if
Let
it's for just a place to stay for the night, that brother needs it. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Jack,
Hey,
we appreciate you being
and
Oprah Winfrey for 2 seconds, dog. So yeah, you did that. So thank you, dog.
well, here's another thing too. Is like, if I didn't have the money, I literally couldn't do it, right? So when you get to a certain level, right, you know how people, you call people greedy or they're cheap, you know, all of the above. Well, I am not that. And you know, when I get stuff like this, look at this real quick. $50. This guy just sent me $50. I'm not fucking homeless. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you really are like the guy from Pump Up the Volume. If you haven't seen that movie, you should check it out. I actually really should. Thank you very much for the 50. Really, really appreciate that.
Shout outs to you.
And I'm just making a point real quick before we double back. Thank you, Chris. I really appreciate that. $2 from Shiler C. I'm so poor. I use my old underwear as a hat. Jesus, that's kind of funny. But real quick, I was going to use this analogy called boomerang money. So
look, you
so
got
right
your
here,
100 back.
another 50, right? So
back. There you
so
go.
the boomerang money is basically like you throw $20 out the window when you're driving and it circles around back in a perfect world. That doesn't always happen. Like, you give and you shall receive. Like, I didn't donate that guy $100 thinking that, you know, RC Wolfie, thank you for the $50 very much. And you know what? This is the guy who's right here, RC Wolfie. I know he wants to stay anonymous, and I'm going to keep him kind of anonymous, but he's the one that started the donation that turned into now $600 given away. This is the guy who started it.
And shout out to you, RC Wolfie, for real. Hey, be a cheerful giver.
He wanted to stay anonymous. I'm not going to say his full name or nothing, but anyways, okay. So back to, thank you, Wolfie. I appreciate that, man. Seriously. All right, so back
to the origin story, family. I used to be married. I've been married for like a year and some change, right, to a high school sweetheart, but she was a city girl. I don't know if you know what that is, but you date black women, so you know what city girl is. Hot girl summer, that type of deal.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I wanted to change a hoe to a housewife type of deal. Excuse my French if you French out there, all right?
That's
and
okay.
It just did not work out. It didn't work out, you know, to my favor. So I had to, you know, get rid of her. But what that came with is a smash car that was financed in 2009 Toyota Camry. It cost me $7,000, and it went up to $9,000, right, due to payments, non-payment. She was squatting in the condo, family, and that cost me like $4,000, $5,000, that type of deal too.
So what do you mean she was squatting in the condo? What do you mean?
Yeah,
like,
so I used to live in the condo, right, paying rent and things like that, right? And since the divorce happened, I moved out, and it was supposed to be on her responsibility to take care of the rent, this and that, right? But she did not have a job, right, that was legal. Right. And so she wasn't paying for it. So she was just squatting in the apartment, and the rent, and it was in my name. The lease was in my name. Right. So, you know, I took the L. That was my L from last year. And I racked up about $20,000 in debt. I'm the type of person that doesn't do credit cards and things like that, because I think credit cards is the devil. You know what I'm saying? But I'm starting to slowly learn that you got to utilize credit for your advantage, that type of deal, right?
Yeah, you kind of do. At least in America. Keep going.
That's where I'm at. So look, $20,000 in debt. I was like, you know what? Instead of just paying for credit building apps and things of that nature, let me just tackle the debt. All right. Anyone else out there that's just doing what I'm doing too, just tackle the debt. You'll be better off. $20,000, and now I'm at $4,000, and I've been, the happiest I've ever been. But when it comes to that, it came with sacrifices. I had to move back in with my parents so I could, do the 50-30-20 rule. You aware of that?
So 50 I am, but I always get it confused. But 30% is supposed to pay for living, or whatever. Yeah, you're supposed to.
So
It's so
the
hard
needs
to do.
and wants, and then the debt. So I kind of changed it a little bit. I do 50% towards debt because I got a hell of debt, and then 30% towards savings account, and then 20% towards actually living. I did my paycheck last week, family, and I had to rock with $120 just to get by. It's
Right,
funny,
so-
like us as guys, bro, we'll make $20 stretch for 2 weeks, dog.
Are you kidding
know
me?
what I'm saying?
Have you ever seen the movie Half Baked?
No, I don't think I have. Who's the?
Well, it's Dave Chappelle's like first movie that he like wrote and starred in, right? It's like a stoner comedy, but it's got a lot of ninja jokes. What I call a ninja joke is you say something funny and the person might not laugh in that moment, but the next day they're repeating the line and laughing. That's a ninja joke.
Got you.
Yes. So that's a ninja joke. But in that movie, he gets an opportunity to go on a date with this girl, and he's dead broke. He's got like $5 in New York City. So he goes, so he goes out and he's like, I'm talking pulling out all the stops. Like, oh, you want to hit this restaurant? He's like, what about a hot dog? Go to the hot dog cart, And this movie came out in the late 90s, so like it's kind of 90s money. But this homeless guy's like, hey, could you spare some change? He's like, don't mind if I do. And instead of giving him money, he reached in the cup and took some. So like it shows his balance. But anyways, yes. But okay, so let me ask you this though, with the 50-20-30 rule.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, so you couldn't, I don't want to say you couldn't do this, but
man, hey, speak your mind, Jack. We love you here, man. That's why I'm here. We love you, dog.
Okay.
Speak your mind. I'm from Texas, man. You ain't going, family.
All right. I got my boots on. All right, so you wouldn't be able to pull this structure off if you had to go live in your own apartment now,
bruh. You put way too many videos on the internet talking about people struggling with inflation, dog. Hell nah, it'd be hella hard, dog. I'm so grateful for my mom, but when it comes to that, you should definitely do a video about this. But when it comes with that, man, like my privacy, I don't have no privacy. I'm always. No, you gotta focus on that, dog.
That's
living at home. Let's go, gang. Let's go.
It's short form, but I wrote that down this morning as a video idea.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I got too many video ideas, as you guys can see, but this one I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make one on that because that's something I wish I did. I moved out at 20. I moved out at 20. I moved out at 20, and then I only lived at home one more time after that for 1 year. Now my whole 20s. But I looked back at it and I was like, dude, I could have just lived at home till I was like 24. And then, can't go back. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. All right. So let's get back down to brass tacks. So you get a divorce. All right. Because we got to keep this moving. Also, $5 from Hidden. Thank you. It's not too late to get in the chat. The chat's full right now to get on the stream, but I will pop the link out again and you could hop on. Okay. So you get divorced. All right. Chick screws you over. She forces you into a lot of debt. So with the divorce, did you end up getting screwed on that? Do you have to pay her any money, or are you kind of out?
Since I live in Oregon, there's no alimony or anything like that. Okay. And she was claiming I was going to get alimony and stuff like that nature, like 3 months into the marriage. You know what I'm saying? Red flag. But nah, there's none of that. I actually did a consultation with the lead attorney, and he told me there's no alimony when it comes to Portland, Oregon. I don't know if you're familiar with him or not. But no, nothing like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I'm grateful. So I'm just literally started from scratch, but I do say it's mundane, going to work, coming back home, watching your videos, and then calling it a day, not spending too much money. But I used to smoke weed, roll backwoods like every day, but I just dropped that vice in December 31st. And
Hey,
I just
congrats.
picked up another, I appreciate it, but I picked up another vice. You know, I just sit tall boys all day, every day. So you got any advice when it comes to something like that?
So for me, this is what I did to like, so I'll smoke weed here and there. Here's a hit for everybody that needs one, metaphorically. So I'll smoke weed once in a while, but that's only because here's my vice. And this costs me, and I'm trying, I'm not even gonna talk about trying to quit. Point is this cost me about $30 a week, but I can swing that. But this is really the only thing I do. I don't pay for weed. I rarely drink, it's like, but I've been in that state where you're blazing all day, 3 little birds at your doorstep, the whole 9. I get it. But like, so instead of drinking and stuff, you might want to pick something up like something fun. Like for me, I had skateboarding, I had working out, and then I also had this right here, what we're doing. So I kind of just started putting all my time into that. And it could be kind of lonely too. You say you're 29. It's like you start seeing your friends a lot less, which is probably a good thing because you can't even afford to see them. But like the drinking shit, I would rather you be smoking weed than drinking, because here's the problem with drinking that people don't think about.
Bro, you're the third person to say that shit.
And we're gonna end on this note, because you're already on your way. You already went back to mom's. You got your game plan down. Okay. You're already on your way. But the drinking shit, here's what sucks about that is with weed, you can smoke weed for a year straight and then go, I'm done. And you'll be fine. Worst case scenario, you have a hard time sleeping the first 2 nights. Big deal. You will fall asleep. But with alcohol, that shit, once the body becomes dependent on it, that shit ain't no joke, dude. That's no joke. And you don't have to be an alcoholic, like drinking all day, every day for this to happen to you. You don't. You just need enough time with it to where your body becomes, it's like this. Nicotine is worse, is like the number 1 hardest thing to quit. I think alcohol might be right there with it. It's alcohol and nicotine are like the 2 hardest, worse than heroin and crack. So just put it that way. So if you could cut out that alcohol, man, maybe hit the gym, maybe do something you like to do. I don't know, if you like a sport, something free to go do, that's what I would do. Or focus on something else. Like you want to start doing something else for money, or like some new career that you're thinking about, start just spending all your time looking into that. Start getting geeked out over that stuff, just like consume yourself with something different than that. Because that drinking stuff, dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, bro, you're gonna end up with another chicken head from down the block, if you know what I mean. If you get drunk enough,
gang.
yeah, you're gonna start the whole thing over again.
18 years of my life right in the garbage. Hey, I appreciate you for having me on, family.
Of course,
I really
man.
do. I don't want to take too much time out of your day.
You're good, man.
If low key, I do have one more question when it comes to content creation, because that's something that I do, right? But I'm not consistent. How do you get out of that whole? How do you get consistent or get out of the whole rut of like, I don't have nothing creative to say or do?
All right. So step 1 is put down the drink. Step 1 is quit drinking. I'm just kidding. You could drink if you want to, but I don't recommend.
Nah, stop. Nah, for Texas.
Right.
Don't piggyback.
Okay,
Don't BS me, family.
Right,
don't BS me.
So for the content creation, when you see a video that you like, go, oh, I can make a video on that. Just make a video on that and put your own twist on it. Or like, I saw somebody do a video on living at home in your 20s. I literally wrote it down and I said, I'm doing a video on that. And I don't care. I'm sure thousands of people have done videos on this, but I haven't, and I want to. So like, that's all it is. You see videos you like, just go, I want to do that. And I want to talk my shit. And that way, it's like everyone gets inspired from somebody, it's like this whole original content shit. It's like, let that go. All right. I can't make up anything new. or maybe I could, but what's the chances of that? It's like everything under the sun, you know what I mean, already exists. So that's how I do it. I see something, I get inspired by it. You know, I don't just steal the title and all that, but sometimes it's like the titles, it's like everybody use that same title. You switch a word, you know, like, but that's how you could do that. That's how I do stuff. I like, you know, I'm watching stuff and I go, oh, I go, that's a good topic. I go, I'm going to try and talk about that. You know, if it's something that you really is affecting you, like you could do a video on the cost of living and you could probably just go off and you could say everything you said here on your own video. And that's it. And you could talk about it for at least 20 damn minutes minimum. I mean, there's too much time to talk on that. So
appreciate that, gang.
Anything you like, even stuff from my page, you like certain videos I do, go, you know what? I'm going to do a video like that in my own style. And you just do a video like that. That's it. That's all you do.
Appreciate the blessing. All right, then,
mate.
big dog. I'm going to holler at you. You take care.
All right, man. Good luck. Tell moms I'll say hi. All right. So we got $2 from Earth's Edge. Where's the link? The link's in the chat, but the queue is heavy right now. We got another $2 holla here from Shyler. Goes City Girl, aka Strangle Dangle. Strangle Dangle. I like that one. All right. Let's see where we're at. All right, we got more people coming in. Who's coming in next? All right, we got Zach coming in next. Real quick, though. D-Based goes 20 big ones. Really appreciate that. Goes live cheap, grind hard, invest wisely and consistently, avoid lifestyle creep, avoid bad habits, find enjoyment in cheap activities like the gym. Overtime odds will definitely be in your favor. Yeah, that's what I'm up to, man. You know, I spend time with my girlfriend. I'm going skateboarding. I'm back in the gym. Little shit. You know, I'm lucky that I have, you know, a couple of friends that I could see once a week. But like it kind of does suck. I get it. You know, life can feel kind of like what's going on here. I'm bored out of my skull. I understand why people drink every day. I totally get it. Like I said, I do this bullshit. It's like my one little party that I get. And I'm going to have to let it go. Eventually, I'm going to have to quit. That's just what it is. Let's see. 50% needs, 30% wants, 20% savings. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. But I feel like with everything you need, it's like so hard to pull off this 50, 30, 20 rule. It's so difficult. Unless you live with somebody, that's probably doable. I live with someone. Like I'm probably always going to live with somebody. That's just how it's going to be. Like, it is what it is. Even if I'm making big money, you know, like even if I'm making stupid dollars, I'm still gonna end. Like, what's the point? Like, I get it though. All right, we got Zach coming in here. Zach, can you hear me, brother?
I can hear you. Can you hear me all right?
Loud and clear, man. So how old are you and where are you calling from?
I'm 27. I'm actually calling from Klamath Falls, Oregon. So about 250 miles from the last guy who got in touch with you.
All right, very cool, man. So what's on your mind tonight, brother?
Well, I just wanted to say that, you know, I watched your last video, and that in one of your last lines was, you know, you asked if life was genuinely not worth living or something along those lines, or like if there was like no reason.
So I did a video titled "Apparently Life is Pointless," and it was about a bunch of people on YouTube, mostly young kids, saying life is pointless. There's no meaning. We're gonna die anyways. And I said, so if you could ask yourself this question, are we here for no reason? Like we're just here for absolutely no reason, and you could say yes, then good luck with that. That's how I feel about it, because I can't answer that question and say yes, we're here for for nothing. I can't say yes to
right
that.
Right. Yeah, no, I was just thinking, you know, and well, I mean, there's a lot of people who really think that, you know, the answer to that question is yes, you know?
Yeah.
But if they really look back on it, there's probably at least one person in passing that they probably helped. And I mean, it's not, I mean, for me personally, just just today, I saw this cat that looked like a cat from a wanted poster. I took a picture of the number and I called the chick and it kind of helped her out, with a little bit of hope in that stuff.
Yeah.
And then there was this guy on the side of the road who was broken down a couple of blocks from me, and I was on a walk. And we pushed his vehicle up, and it got started right away. And those things didn't really help me out like directly, but that is a reason for me to exist. Like if I'm just in the right place, in the right time, maybe I can help someone out. And yeah, I just when you asked that question, it kind of made me realize, well, maybe some of the reasons that we should live is that we do genuinely help out other people.
Yeah, I mean, it's people helping people. I mean, what's the point? If I was just here by myself and no one else existed, I mean, I could see that being a bit, that could be rough. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know if I could hang. No people. I don't know, man. Like, cats and dogs are fun and stuff, but I don't know. Like, that's the whole point. And like, for instance, even with the donation crap earlier, it feels good to help people out. Like, to give, it feels good. Like, it feels good to receive stuff, but it also feels really great to just help somebody out. Like, it just does. Like, if you have the money, watch what happens. Go up to, it doesn't have to be a homeless person, but like someone who looks like they might not have the most money, give them $100. If they don't give you a big hug or cry, if it's a woman, probably end up crying. And some men cry too when this happens. I'm not saying I just walk around and hand $100 bills out, but I've done it.
I would.
I've done it enough times to see the reaction. And, there's a weird feeling you get, and it doesn't always have to be money. You know what I mean? You give somebody jumpstart their car, help a tire, whatever. Okay. Anything that, whatever. The money thing, though, I swear to God, you give somebody $100, a total stranger, it's like you're watching somebody, like, you think they might shit their pants. It feels good.
Yeah.
It does. It feels better to me than receiving $100. Like, being able to just, here you go. Like, could you imagine just like, really doing something crazy and just, like you see these people give people like 10 grand or some shit. Could you imagine being the person that's just able to just like, here's 10 G's, just like change somebody's life real fast?
Jeez, that if I had that power, that would probably be a dream. Yeah.
Yeah.
I read this comment, I don't want to take your spot or anything. It just says, I'm thankful I don't have to live with my parents. That shit is embarrassing. I wish I could live with my parents.
Yeah. I don't even have any to live with. But what's funny?
Man.
You know what's funny though? Oh, first of all, he's skating Baker. Hey, I got that Baker 3 right here behind me. That's cool. So I'll let him slide for the Baker stuff. Well, I get it though. I do understand, because when I was, 23, I wasn't living at home and it felt great. It's like, I don't live at home. I do what I want, except for when I need help. Mom, hello. But like, which did happen. Like I've said this before, I've had help a lot in my life, like a lot. That's how it works. That's. I don't know why we're here. I don't. People are like, why are we here? It's like, I don't fucking know, but we are. So like, let's try and have a little fun. Shit sucks right now, but like, let's figure it out. But anyways, man, I'm gonna keep this moving, Zach. I appreciate you calling in. I'm glad that
Sounds good
with you. And yeah,
thanks for having me on, man.
Of course, man. Talk soon. All right. Hannah Banana, what's up? How you doing? She goes, damn, Jack, you got 10 times the live viewers than when I first found your channel. Congrats. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, you've been around a long time. Appreciate all the support. A lot of you guys have been. 1-800-JACK-MORTGAGE. I wonder if I could get that number. That would be funny. I'm going to look into that. See if I can get that. Actually, I think that might be too long. Wait, 6, 7. Hold on. So the phone number would have to be 7. Nah, it's never going to work out. Maybe Jack RLP. Maybe that could work. All right, here we go. We got more people coming in here. Let's see what else. I'm going to drop the link in the chat one more time. Anybody else wants to pop in? Let me see. All right. Pop that in there. All right. We got another guy coming in. We've got Faceless Eddie coming on. Eddie, can you hear me?
Look, I can hear you. How do I get my face in there?
That's cool. I'm sure you're. We're all.
I'm on a computer. My wife's laughing in the background.
We're all hoping that you do have a face. But you know what? We're just gonna take a chance on you, man.
I do.
We're just gonna
if
think
the
that
thing
you're
says,
a person.
"Oh, if I no."
Hey, you don't have to worry about Eddie. It's quite all right.
All right.
It's cool, man. So
All
how
right,
old are
sorry
you?
about that.
No, you're cool. You're cool. You just nearly ruined the entire show. It's fine. I'm joking. Okay, so Eddie, how old are you, and where are you calling from, brother?
I'm 55, and I'm calling from Colorado.
All right, born in the Rockies.
I was actually born in Chicago.
Okay, Windy City Bandit. I got it. All right, so Eddie, you got anything on your mind you wanted to bring up tonight?
You know, there's a lot. I started watching your show. Oh, geez, probably a couple weeks ago, and I just like how you come across with your personal opinions, and they're pretty. You know, where we all have our opinions, and I guess I do favor your opinions. I think the same way.
You can't agree with everything.
No, but I think the same. I'm on the same we're on the same boat in a lot of different topics.
I got you.
But my big thing, you know, I think a lot of these young kids, if I could give any advice, I am disabled. I busted up my back pretty bad from the construction industry. I was a union sheet metal worker.
Jeez.
Paid great, and I'm just throwing my background. I was a superintendent, you know, making 6 figures in Chicago. And I just want to push like to these younger generations, don't be afraid to get into trades. The trades did not mess up my back per se. I was born with spinal stenosis, and I had two herniated discs at 5 years old. I was in an accident, but I still survived the trades for almost 28 years. But that's not what I want to talk about. It's about this housing thing. And I don't know, maybe you know, growing up, for me, you see those nice neighborhoods where the different kids are growing up and their parents are making all this money. And it's like everyone has to live in their means. And it seems like, I don't know, maybe I'm seeing it wrong with these kids, the millennials and Gen Zs. It's like they want that big house right now. And that's why it's so unaffordable, because those are $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 homes, especially out by me. But the one thing I noticed
it's like that in a lot of places. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, but the one thing I noticed builders stopped doing, they're not actually building an affordable home.
Oh no, it's all luxury now. Luxury apartments, 5-bedroom homes. Why would you build a 3-bedroom house with a 1-car garage, you know, in a neighborhood that's not HOA? Why would you do that?
It's just greed on these developers.
Exactly. It's from all aspects. I'm actually doing a video with this guy, Michael Bordenaro, which I've plugged on my channel a bunch. And we ended up linking up on the phone, and he talks about this stuff all the time. And I can't wait to pick his brain, because he's like really focuses on real estate stuff, because he was a real estate agent a long time. And he said, we were talking, And so basically the HOA neighborhoods, right, where you have to pay these dues every month, that used to be like a small percent of houses. Now it's reverse. So instead of being like 25% HOA apartment dues, I consider those the same thing. Instead of that being like 25%, now that's 75%. And these like regular homes, like 3-bedroom houses, those are starting to become like they're not building they barely building any more of those.
Very less and less, because
Which makes no sense.
And I don't know if it's like I said, if that younger generation wanted the park for their kids, they wanted the rec center in their neighborhoods, because there are neighborhoods out here, they have their own pools and rec centers and tennis courts, and those are all HOA. I will not live in an HOA. I live in a mountain town. I live up in it's Woodland Park, Colorado. I am west of the Colorado Springs. I'm through the pass, and no HOA where we're at. We actually bought an old home. I did end up, renovate the house so I could have this house. I really don't want to say, home value, but it wouldn't be like that if I didn't do things that I did to it. But my daughter's a realtor, and she's asking me if I help her to start flipping homes with my experience with construction. Okay. I wasn't just a Sheba.
So real quick, let me ask you a question on this, okay? So how old's your daughter, if you don't mind?
28.
28. Okay. I was gonna make a bad joke. All right. So she's a young real estate agent. So how hard is it for her right now to be a real estate agent? I'm assuming it's not that great because she's thinking she wants to flip homes.
Yeah, exactly. And it's very hard for her. She got into it. She got her license at near the end.
The end of what?
The end of the boom.
Yeah, because like, I actually had a guy hit me up on Instagram harassing me because I said, fucking Meet Kevin or one of these like real estate YouTuber guys who like promotes becoming real estate agents. Because I said he was a kook, and so this dude starts giving me shit. I didn't even respond to the guy. I'm bringing this up because the reason why I say that is because like you see these people on YouTube being like, get into real estate, but really they just want you to watch their fucking YouTube video, which is fine. It's entertainment. I get it. It's a good video. It's fine. I really don't care, but people don't realize getting into the real estate industry. So I know a lot of real estate agents, and they're all bartenders too, for a reason, because it's super fucking difficult. But you get sold this like thing, like becoming a real estate agent's like, you're going to be levitating or something, and money is just going to be shooting out of your butt. And it's like kind of the opposite of that. It's like really difficult. I don't know how people are making it with that, to be honest.
Well, what happened, everyone was getting into the real estate when you just have to sign a house and you didn't have to do any work. You got to do the pictures, get it on the MLS, the house to sell itself because of this shortage, of the housing shortage. And I just told my daughter, I go, the biggest thing is you got to stay in it, because the realtors that think it's going to be an easy street, they're going to drop out and go get a different job. In the meantime, it'll open up hopefully other doors for yourself.
Yeah, because I'm gonna end on this note with you, but yeah, one of my friends who I talk to on a daily basis, he was a real estate agent for nearly 2 years, and he couldn't even get one sale. He was like, I'm done. He literally was like, I'm over it. He's just like, I'm moving on. And I was like, damn. I was like, not one sale in 2 years. He's like, dude. And I was confused because he's a good talker. You know what I mean? Like, he's older. He's not like 25. He's in his mid 30s. He dresses sharp. And it's just kind of like, I was like, good luck with that. But anyways, man, I appreciate you calling in. I'm going to keep this moving.
All right. Thanks for talking.
Of course, Eddie. Take it easy, man. Thanks for the $199 from Mina. I really appreciate that. Really do. I appreciate everybody being here. All right, let's get this party started. Let me see. Let me see. I appreciate the $7.99 from Helena Crossbow. I really appreciate that. Thank you. All right, we got more people coming in here. Keep this party moving on. All right, we got Jeff coming in hot. Jeff, my boy,
hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you great. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, man. So how old are you and where are you calling from?
I'm in my 50s and I'm calling from Indianapolis.
All
and
right.
I want to give people, well, yeah, so I want to give you guys some real life experience here. I took what I first of all, I squeegeed my third eye for about a month straight. And then I understood that we're all on this economic treadmill. Okay. And once you get off this treadmill, the money, the job that you have pays for you to stay on the treadmill. Okay. So, but if you can get off, if you can get your house paid for and your car paid for, that treadmill money that's supposed to pay for you to stay on the treadmill, it keeps coming in.
And here's
what
funny
I'm saying. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say most people finance their treadmill on top of that, but keep going.
Okay. Okay, but let me get real for you. I'm going to get real right now, okay?
Yeah, get deep. Go in.
No, we're about to get real. I moved to a dangerous part of town in East Indianapolis. It's crazy. And now I have one of these because it lets me live in a shitty house, okay? I live in a shitty house, but it's paid for. I drive a car I bought at a government auction. I don't have any debt. I have money in the bank. I can tell them. Matter of fact, I have a contract right now that I'm wrapping up in about a week, and I don't even know what I'm going to do, and I don't care. I don't care. All these people want to live in these nice houses, drive these new cars, and then cry about how, and I get it. I was there once. It literally took me, and I'm not exaggerating. I squeegeed the fuck out of the third eye right here for about a month straight.
Yeah, wow.
Oh yeah, yeah. Go watch some Bill Hicks if you don't know what I'm talking about. If you're kind of young, Bill Hicks. Go.
What he's saying is he sees through the bullshit now.
You got to see through the bullshit. You got to break yourself free of the internal dialogue that's been instilled in you since you just been walking and drinking Kool-Aid and watching YouTube videos when you were a baby. You gotta break out of that crap, and you gotta do whatever the fuck it takes. You gotta man up, woman up, do whatever you gotta do if you want to get off that treadmill. And once you get off that treadmill, that money keeps coming. And then the money starts growing. You start looking for ways to invest. You start giving away like Jack does right here. He's got money coming in. He doesn't need it.
Here's the issue though, is a lot of people can't even get, okay. Here's where we're at. A lot of people can't even acquire the house in order to even pay it off. So that's kind of like the big one, right?
That's me on with my house cost.
And real quick, I'm just shooting this out here, because this is what it is. And not even affording a house, right? Like this guy called in earlier about financing a truck. And so I get it. I get it. People finances, I get it. They don't want to disclose information. But it's like when we say we can afford it, but we can't, it's like if I can't go just buy this car for 20 grand, really, I can't afford it. So that's the problem, though, is we're at the point where these car payments, I've barked about this shit too much at this point, but it's at the point where you're talking $700 a month car payments here, man. Forget about having a mortgage, because your mortgage, unless you live somewhere, very, there's places out there, I'm sure you could still get a mortgage for $700. I'm sure.
My place would cost $364 a month if you bought it on a mortgage. Just throwing that. Sorry to interrupt.
No. I know this exists, right? So, for instance, in these like rural places where I'm
in the heart of Indianapolis. It's 1 million plus people. It's a big ass town.
All right. Well, what I'm saying is it's hard to go make the money unless you're making money, online, remote, stuff like that, or if you're a master of your trade, or or if you're in like the business world, then that's a different story. But let's be real here, most people aren't in any of these things, and it's getting to the point where like your regular plumber who's just a journeyman, who doesn't even own his own business, making 80K a year, he can't even afford the brand new Toyota Tacoma. Like that's where we're at. That's the problem. That's the real like.
Thank you, Jack. Yes.
Yeah.
You can't afford it, people. Stop it. Stop it. Go buy your house, buy a shitty car. When you get that money coming in, save up some cash and buy what you can buy with cash. Listen to Jack.
I'm no financial guru. I'm not. I'm really just here to provide comic relief and kind of like it doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, it's like that don't make any sense. But what I have an issue with though is the fact that it's like how far can it go? You know what I mean? Like how far does it go before everybody's like flooding out to places like like what's a house cost where you live? Like just give us a ballpark, like 3-bedroom crib. Like what are we looking at here?
An okay house in this city is going to cost you $150, $175. My house is a pile of crap, but I don't care. It's paid for.
Because
my house is not
dude, there's people out here willing to live in a Suzuki, dude. I don't think a lot of people
come out here with 50. You don't even need 50 grand. You could scrape together at $5 grand and go buy a damn. I live in a 50,000. It was $45,000. This thing was abandoned. I don't give a fuck, dude. It's paid for. I don't care. And now I got a roof because I don't have bills. I can save up the money to put a roof on this piece of shit. And now I live in a house that's paid for. My boss, I don't have a boss, but if I had a boss, he couldn't insist that I do things. He could tell me and I could say, okay. And it would look like he's insisting, but I don't have anybody telling me what the fuck to do. This is how you live. This is how you be free, which is why people literally died on a beach in Iwo Jima. Because for freedom, not for a piece of shit fucking car or your expensive house. Fuck all that shit. You want to be free. Go after.
Well, I'm gonna end on this note. We're gonna keep this moving, but I think that's why a lot of people are saying no to typical routes of work.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Do whatever you got to do.
Yeah. So, but I think a lot more people are kind of talking about opening the eye, and
yes,
it's happening. Like people are getting, and I've even thought about it too. Like where I live, I'm like, being able to work remote, thank the Lord. All hail Google. But being able to do what I'm doing, I've been thinking about it heavy. I'm like, if shit keeps creeping up, man, I might just end up somewhere. I might be a good old boy. You understand? I'm going to end up somewhere where if things keep creeping up, especially in Florida, I don't know if I'm going to hang out for it, man. I don't care if I can afford it.
Can I add one thing?
Go ahead.
30 seconds. Not even 30 seconds. I have a credit score of 827.
Rubbing in, dude.
No, I'm not rubbing anything in. I'm just telling you, I want people like me as my neighbors. I don't have any fucking debt. Okay. I live in a shitty house and I carry a fucking gun. Come live next to me if you're not a criminal, because I got criminals all around me renting. Come buy these piece of shit houses, live next to me, and I'll help you fix it up. Come to my neighborhood. Right. And guess what? Guess what's going to happen to your property values? They're going to go up. That means equity in your pocket. Okay, get your shit together. Come move to my neighborhood, and I'll help you.
Drop your location in the chat, man. Thanks for calling in, Jeff. Appreciate you.
All right, take care.
Love the energy. All right, we got 5 big ones from Lenny and a Hemi. He goes, chicken bone, now it's on, now it's on, now it's on. That's a skateboarding reference. Chicken bone, now it's on. It's kooky, it's stupid, but I love it. Speaking of skateboarding, this is hilarious. Real quick, then we're gonna get to the next guy in here. Got a bunch of people in here. Colin, you're gonna be next. So my whole life, I spent like 2 decades of my life trying to become this skateboarder guy, right? And I succeeded to an extent, but I never had like constant sponsors getting like free boards and free shoes. And that's kind of like a skateboarder's dream, is just to get free shit from big companies. So tell me how today this guy that works at a place called Girl Skateboards, and they're like big time, triple OGs in the game. Like they're big shit. Like Spike Jonze, who's done movies, has done films for them. So I get a hit up from this dude today who just so happens to work at Girl Skateboards, and he found the YouTube channel, and then he noticed that I skate, or I used to skate a lot. And so now he wants to send me a bunch of product. And I was just like, I spent a couple of decades skateboarding trying to get free product, and all I had to do was talk. It's classic. I know. I love it. I just had to share that. It's like a big milestone for me. Something I just always wanted but never really got. And now I'm getting it, baby. It's go time. All right, let's get Colin in here. And guys, welcome. Everybody in here. I really appreciate everybody. Okay, take a hit. All right. Don't smoke in the house, though. All right, thanks for the $10. Really appreciate you, man. Appreciate that. Baker's Block Podcast. Might have to check him out. Everybody, when this is done, remember Baker's Block Podcast. If he's got content, we're going to go check him out. Because you never know. You never know who's going to be the next it kid. All right. We got Colin coming on. Colin, can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, man. What's up?
Colin, are you alive?
Can you hear me?
You definitely pop back on the live stream. I don't care if it's a year from now. Pop back in and go, I did it. I got the G-Wagon 7X. All right. Later, man. Jesus Christ. I thought I've heard it all. That was good. You got to commend the guy for, letting it all hang out. We got $5 from D. What's your thoughts on 49K deep in AMC stock? I have no idea. But if you want me to think it's good, then yes, it's great. All right. Who do we got up next here? All right. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Keep it moving. I'm going to keep it moving, keep it grooving. All right. We got a lot of people in here. We might go for a free-for-all right now. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go, and it looks like there's a few of you that have been on here a bunch, and then there's only one of you. All right. We're going to get a little crazy. I'm going to get this guy on real fast, and then I'm going to bring like 3 people on. But a lot of you guys look like you've been on here before, so I think you guys can behave. Who knows? Maybe a little chaos could be fun, All right, we got Ray coming in.
We always love chaos. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, he said they're talking up, so he's warming up. He's like,
yeah, I've been shadow boxing since I've seen your first video.
All right, Ray. How old are you? Where are you calling from, brother?
I'm 69 years old from the planet Earth.
All right. Got another Earthling, Earth brother. My man.
Yeah, exactly.
You said you're 69?
I'm not 69.
Oh, okay.
I like a little anonymity.
It's cool. You're just a dude. You're an ageless man from Earth. I got it.
Exactly.
All right, Ray.
But,
so what's on your mind tonight, brother?
Can I address the last caller right quick?
Yeah.
Just a tiny criticism that he's smiling and so jovial about his family's corrupt fucking poop. Sorry, I don't know what your cursing policy is. Can you address that right quick?
Go ahead. You can let it fly, man. That's fine.
Okay. Well, I'm not trying to get you banned or whatever.
Shit.
But
shit.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Well, he doesn't realize because he's in it that his family, it's an evil fucking organization, and the fact that they're centennial fucking people that have not retired, that they have messed up their entire life. They didn't have they shouldn't be in the workforce, and they're doing these predatory loans with these vehicles that he even himself has fallen prey to.
Okay,
they need to stop it.
Are we talking about the guy in the car dealership still?
Yes.
Okay. Wait. So what? Okay.
He has centennial parents still in the workforce where we are still struggling to find decent jobs, and they are still sucking from the teat. But they had it all, and they were never going to give it up, and they're still not giving it up until they die. That's our biggest problem in this fucking. Not trying to be rude.
It's okay, man. Let it.
But he can't see it, but everybody else can see it. Like what he just said was so horrendous. It boggles my mind that he would and then himself would take on does he not know what interest rates are? Does he not know what a $90,000 that used to buy you a very nice house like 10 years ago, and he's spending it on a Ford Raptor, and that's okay, and he's all smiles.
Well, you know,
we have a usury problem in America.
Well, you know what? I will say
Yes, sir.
that it is nice to see people who could laugh at their
yeah, but I think he's laughing but out of ignorance. He doesn't see the big picture. He's young. I give it to him. He's young. I'm 37. I'll give you my age. I'm actually 37. And like I was hustled all the way up until my 30s with all this propaganda about the American dream. We were raised for a world that does not exist anymore. And we don't know what the hell we're doing anymore.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, to defend the like how he's saying his parents are really old, 79 in their 70s. So like for a second, you know, think about it. One, you know, maybe they just like working the business.
No.
And wait, real quick. And two, you also got to think about it like this. If it's hard for people our age and younger, imagine being 79 and still having to work.
Exactly. They messed up during their life. Supposedly he was making, or his dealership family was making all this money, and they're still broke.
No. He was making all this money. He's saying he left that to go help them because they're not making money.
I don't know. I just, the boomers need to go away, and
they all need
they
to
have
die.
not
They need to
relinquished
die
power.
now.
No, I know. I'm not saying that. I wish a long, happy life, but there's so many of them that have sold us down the river for the past 40 years. They're still in power. Hey, guess how old our president is? They will not relinquish power. We've never had political power. We do not have buying power anymore. Like, what are we supposed to do?
Well, I think we need
that's the real question.
Honestly, I think no, you're cool, man. It's fine. I'm gonna let you get your juiced up. I got you. I think we're all hitting a point where we're all like,
yeah, there's a breaking point somewhere.
No, it's percolating. It ain't. It's. I feel like it's almost all ages, because right now it's not even your age. It's your wage. It's how much money you. So like, if you have a lot of money right now, it is a great time for you. The economy,
it doesn't affect you.
Yeah. But
it'll never affect those people.
For most of us, though, it's not looking too good. I mean, I'm still gonna have fun and enjoy the ride, but it's definitely fun.
You have to.
It's not cool.
Well, yeah, you can't be a nihilist about it. Like you have to find the sweet spots in life, and I encourage everybody all the time. But when we encourage people to find the sweet spots, they end up in a shitload of debt because they think that they have to go on these vacations. Their credit cards are maxed out. They can barely make the minimum payment nowadays.
Well, okay.
Apple Card. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're cool. So what I was going to say is put it this way. Even like, all right, let's say you get your wish and all the boomers just drop dead, right? I'm just kidding. I'm putting words in your mouth. Look, all the boomers drop dead, okay? And all of the younger people start inheriting all of their shit, including jobs. All right? Here's the problem though. Is most people, you could look this shit up. I'm not making this one up. Most people that inherit a house can't afford the house. They have to sell it.
Exactly.
So that's like the real kicker. That even if these people do just move on, take all my shit, here you go. Most of us can't even afford it.
Does your audience know what an inheritance tax is?
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, but that's a real thing. Like you think that you're getting something, and then all of a sudden you get hit with taxes and levies, and then everything that was supposed to be passed down, the government's going to take it from you because you can't afford the taxes on it.
Well,
Like,
good news is though, is if you're, your parents or somebody in their 60s, 70s, and 80s has it all together and you don't, hopefully you can just live with them. But anyways, man, look, we're running short on time, Ray. Actually, you know what, Ray, you can stay on the screen. I'm gonna pop some more people in here. We got Doug. We got Doug coming in, and you know what,
Doug, I don't think I'm gonna like you.
Oh shit, they're gonna argue. And we got we got Doovy coming in. Doovy, can you hear me? Oh shit, we can't hear him.
Unmute Doovy, or both.
You can hear me though, right?
Yeah, Doug,
yes,
I can hear you. All right, real quick. This guy goes $5. Broke. Thanks for the $5, JK. Broke is when you're jerking the dog so you could feed the cat. That's the best.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. So Doug's a regular on here. Doovy's not. I'm gonna start with Doovy real quick. All right. So
hey, how's it going, brother?
Great, man. How old are you and where are you calling from?
I'm 29 and I'm from Washington State.
All right, man. So so let me ask you a question, Doovy. Do you agree with this Ray guy here that these
fucking Ray guy? Love it.
Hey, Ray the Wombat.
I'm infamous.
Do we agree that these boomers are fucking everything up and we're screwed, or do you think it's a deeper issue than that, Doovy? Do you?
I mean, me personally, I feel like the boomers had the same issues of upbringing that we came with. So when the boomers were growing up, their parents went through, and grandparents went through World War I, World War II. They told them everything that you get in life is only because you work for it. And then they went through life with the most prosperous time of, I'd argue, any country in history. And so they thought that was from their good works, which they did work hard. But I think they don't understand that there was a lot of luck involved in that. And then we were raised by saying, hey, you need to, this is how it worked for us. And then when it's not working for you, it's because you're screwing up. So I see it as like it's a disconnect between generations.
Right. It's the pull yourself up by your bootstrap argument, which doesn't, we can't even afford bootstraps anymore. Go ahead.
But
I'm just saying that's what it is.
I don't, but I don't want to fault the generation, because I think that the more that we're disconnected, the weaker we are. And I try to promote positivity because I think that there is a really good chance for a lot of people to make a lot of money if they invest in their skills and they invest in like small businesses. And so that was kind of what I was hoping to promote, because Jack, I think you have a really good reach with a lot of earnest listeners. And I myself am hoping in the next 5 years to do my own business and kind of break away. And I'm making, I work in the trades. I'm a steam fitter, union steam fitter welder by trade, but I'm making more money than I ever have. And I'm living literally in a camper down by the river.
Hell
and
yeah.
so I'm not even kidding.
The jet skis are coming.
Let's go. Industrial Dave. Let's go. What's your trade, brother? Where you from?
No, keep going, man. Keep going.
Dave's a welder too. Keep going.
Oh, welcome, brother. So, I was fortunate. My father was in the trades, and he told me, he's like, "Hey, what do you want to do?" And I said, "Well, I don't want to go to college because 1, I don't like school, and 2, I don't like spending money that I don't really know how to use." So he said, "Why don't you just join the trades?" And so I did. And he said, "Hey, stay home, save your money, and join the apprenticeship and buy a house." And so I did. And then things got wild during COVID. I was near the city, and I said, "Screw that, I'm out." Sold it, moved, and stayed in the trade, came back, and I'm ended up in a camper down by the river. But it's strange how it works.
Damn right.
I'm probably making 3 times as much money as when I bought my house as as a young man. But I don't want to buy a home because I'd rather buy land, because I don't like that the way home prices are overinflated. Do I know if or when these houses are going to come down? No, but I do know that if your dirt's paid for, you're good. And so it's not impossible, and I think anybody can do it. And I hope everyone is encouraged to like, hey, you've had no experience building a house, you can still build a house. You can learn. We have the technology to learn all of that information. So I'll get off my soapbox, but that's what I had to say.
All right, cool. So I got one for Doug real quick. Hold on. We're going to get back into this. So this one real quick, $5 from Karma. Thanks for the 5 big ones. I appreciate that. This one goes, it's not boomers. It goes, the government has devalued the buying power of our money. Because my dad bought a house making $6 an hour back in the 60s because the money had value. So Doug, out of all of us in on this panel right here, you are our elder. And I don't think you're not in the boomer. You're not boomer.
I'm not sure what I am. I'm 55, so I'm not quite a boomer, a Gen X. I don't even know.
Yeah, you're
Gen X,
something.
yep.
You're something fishy. And
I'm transitional.
We don't trust you quite yet.
We don't. I'm getting pissed
Perfect.
off. I am going to freak out. All right. Hold on. Let's chill out. All right. So Doug. Okay. So you got a cool 20 years on all of us in here. So what that dude said, what Doovie said was he thinks that, the generations before us were raised eerily similar. So your generation, what was your upbringing like? Was it like kind of almost the same talk, Was it still like inflation this? I'm sure it had to have happened 30 years ago.
It did. I grew up in the 80s. I went through middle school, high school, and going to college for the first time in the 80s.
Nice.
And so all those things that you hear about the 80s were fun and great. My dad never had a job where he clocked in his life. He hustled money, did real estate, he cleaned pools. And it was an expectation that we would just be able to make it as we got older by working. And, it was an expectation I was going to go to college, even though I failed out the first time. And for me, I spent a lot of my youth fooling around. Okay.
Guilty.
Partying, hanging out with friends, doing those kind of things. So I didn't really wake up until I was about 27 years old.
I think that's like the magic number for most people. I always see that especially for me, 27's when you go, oh, I'm almost 30.
You're almost 30. You look at your friends and they're like, hey, those guys are succeeding and I'm not.
yeah. That's how I felt.
I
had more money than them, but they had careers.
And then you wake up and have to I had to go back to school at that time. My thought was college is going to help me be the thing I need to do. And ultimately it did. And so I went back to school, paid for it myself, got student loans, had to buy a piece of property when I got out, turn it over, pay off my student loans with a kind of a lump sum, and then work my way. So I felt like I was a solid 10 years behind my peers, Hold on. There. I felt like I was like 10 years behind my peers. And, but I kept forging on, and I always felt like I was trying to keep up. And right now I'm realizing time's more important. I know I've said that in the past. And so I don't know if I need to have a big home, right? I love 5-bedroom homes, the tennis courts, the pools, the soccer moms out by the pool, whatever. Right. But,
really cool.
But I like time now. And for me, that's what's important rather than trying to keep it up. Now, did my generation ruin it for everybody? I didn't. I was sitting around partying, not spending the $33 trillion that the government has spent and we have to pay back. None of us actually are going to own a home because you have to pay rent called taxes every year on it.
Yeah.
Long ago in the past, that didn't exist. So no one owns a home.
Yeah.
No one owns a car. If you don't pay your yearly renewal fee, you're not driving it.
I mean, unless you want to become one of those traveler guys who has to fight with the cops all the time when they get pulled up.
You like that excitement.
But I've said that before because, I know you can do these things. Like, you know, I've gotten comments like, bro, I can't believe you just stood up for taxes. And I was like,
what?
I was like, stood up for taxes. I was just saying, I was just saying, like, I've been through the court system. I'm not going to try and not pay my taxes. I don't want to go back through that. And I feel like one thing I recommend people don't do is end up in the court system with a charge of some sort.
Man.
I highly recommend you never experience that. And that's the problem. If you don't pay your taxes, you're going to end up in there. And it's not fun.
You have to pay your taxes. You have to do what you have to do. My generation did it. My dad's generation did it. You younger guys are having to do it too. We're never going to pay off the $33 trillion. It grows bigger and bigger. It's 34 trillion now. That's never going to be paid back. I tell you, I teach at school. I talk to young kids. I have in high school, and I'll put up the debt clock and show them and say, this is what it is, you know, and yes, we spent it and you didn't, but you have to pay it back. Do you plan on paying it back? And I get a resounding, hell no, we're not paying it back. And I go, I know. So what are we going to do? You know?
I don't know, but I think a lot of us are getting to the point where, you know, like I'm making these videos like Gen Z doesn't want to work. It's like, no shit, none of us really want to work. but like we're reaching a point now, because I was having this conversation with someone who's also, you know, because now this isn't the first time I've been in the realm of not having a normal job where I'm able to like work on my own kind of terms in a sense, right? All hail Google if they're listening. But like, but that's the problem, or that's the issue though. So like when I say people don't want to work, the real issue is, okay, well, you're going to have to figure something out. And I think a lot of people are waking up to the fact, like, Doovie, you say you want to start your own business, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'd love to.
So you're probably realizing, you know, Doug's different. He's got a pension. He's a teacher. He knows one day he's going to be cooling out. Okay. But I don't have a pension. Doovie, you got a pension?
I have a 401k that I've been adding to for a while, but I stopped adding to that because I got
you
looped.
don't have a pension. You don't have a pension though. A
Yeah,
pension?
you got
No,
a
I
pension.
don't.
What?
No.
You say you're a pipe fitter.
Yeah, well, we have 401k, and then you get something else, but
You get a
I
pension.
don't know if it's
if you what local you out of?
32.
You got a pension, bro. You got a 401k.
All right.
Go ahead,
Hey,
Jack. My fault.
Okay.
No, yeah, he's probably right. I just only cared about the 401k because I can self-control.
Jack, he has a pension. He has a pension.
Well, y'all are gonna have to get on the phone after this and figure
I'm
it
sorry.
out.
I'm sorry, bro.
You're good.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
So Dave, real quick,
Yeah.
you have a pension. What are they gonna pay you out monthly when you get your pension? If you don't mind, like
No, you know me. You know me. So right now, my old union that I was in with the Boilermakers, I got 16,000 hours student. So I got a statement that I looked at for the 16,000 hours that I work. When I come of age, I'll be eligible for $2,400 a month, and that's, you know, as long as that's still there, right? And
Okay.
then
All right. Well, okay. I just wanted the number real fast.
yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is most of us, most people are not going to have a pension.
Right.
And a 401k is totally different than a pension.
Correct.
It's way different.
Right.
So a pension's just like, here's money for the rest of your life. 401k is like, here's how you have to manage this for the rest of your life. We're not just shelling it out to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that's where we're at, is like the only way to really do that is one, like company loyalty, whatever you want to call it. It kind of almost feels non-existent. You know, I'm sure in the trades it might be a little different, but then again, I don't work in the trades, so I don't know. Maybe people are afraid of losing their jobs or they feel replaceable. But I think we're just hitting a spot though, where if you don't want to work a regular job, it's gonna be this thing where we all are like it's gonna have to go back to what it used to be, where most people own their own business. Yeah, you might not be making $250,000 a year, but at least you're working on your own damn shit. And you could dictate how you want to live your life. But that's the problem. It's like that takes a tremendous amount of effort. So
But
so I don't know where I'm going with this.
No.
That means you're gonna have to work.
I'll piggyback off of you, Jack. So this is what I think. This is the best way that I could put it. Right? You can go to the corner lot with the $10,000, or you can go to the Lambo dealership with $250,000. There's a reason why they have those. Some people are like yourself. Some people are gonna put in those hours and they're gonna work 84 hours a week for themselves, like you, or you can go to your regular job, do your 40 hours, raise your family, have no stress, and you don't have to get luxury items. But I think that the people that are complaining, they just want something for nothing. Like, no matter what you do, if you want to go rob and steal, you can do that, but it's work. You gotta get weapons. You gotta look at people. You gotta risk going to jail.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter what you do. You gotta work. Even you can't even be homeless. Like, if you want to be homeless,
you gotta work on the corner.
Yeah,
you're hiking, dude.
Dude, you gotta
copper thieves, hardest worker people I know.
Yo, Fred takes my favorite spot under the bridge. Now I gotta go walk under the 10 freeway. I can't stay on the 10 freeway, so I'm gonna go. Dude, it doesn't matter, but people don't understand it. You have to do something. It's just part of it. And then they're like, oh well, I want $15 an hour minimum wage. Well, what about people like Doug, who really fucking matters? He's a teacher. Like, without teachers, you don't have nothing. So what?
Real quick, interject.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, no matter what, we're all fucked. We're working. We've solved that. All right. I'll move this on because I want to get this last bunch of people because we got to start winding this down.
Yeah.
All right. So Doug, last thing here. All right. You hear all this stuff about all these teachers quitting, right? What do you, from an insider, I know like it's probably varies on location and cities, but is there talk around the water cooler, in the teacher's lounge about this?
He called it the water
Any inside kind of, some.
I usually don't hang out with teachers. I hang out in my room with students.
Okay.
But yeah, it's the things that you hear. You have to be built a certain way to deal with kids today. I don't like to bash kids.
No, I get it.
But when they're rude students for sure. Okay. And you have to deal with it. And so you have to learn how to let it go. And some people can't let it go. You have to, it gives me high blood pressure some days, because I'm sitting there like, whoa. But you have to do the best you can, build relationships with kids. Every kid is not going to connect to you. Some of them are just not going to. That's why there's other teachers, and teachers do quit. I've been at the school I'm at for like 10 years now, and I've seen a lot of it turn over. I literally met Governor Abbott yesterday from Texas. He was at a pizza place 2 blocks from my house.
Yeah, he loves pizza.
Yeah, he was literally there, so I'm going to go down there and get a picture and see him. And so I go down there and he talked about education, and they need to pay teachers more. It's the same stuff that you hear.
Have you heard about that real quick? Have you heard about, because in Florida, at least, apparently they're getting rid of, or they have rid of already, teachers' pensions. Like, if you joined after a certain date, I think it was like a year or 2 ago. I don't know if it's like that everywhere, but have you heard of that?
It's going to be state by state. We still have them. Our pensions, I'm not going to say they're the greatest at all. And I didn't start teaching until I was a little older, in my mid 30s.
Okay.
So I'm only going to get, 20 years of it instead of a whole lifetime of it.
Gotcha.
But the main things are the behavior of students at school cause teachers to quit. How much pay causes teachers to quit. The fact that sometimes you don't get along with other coworkers causes teachers to quit. So some of those are normal issues people have when they work. For me, I just try and focus on the kids, having relationships with the kids, hang out with them in lunch in my room, make my life that way. Sometimes I'll go 3 or 4 days without talking to an adult.
Well, so I think that might be kind of maybe a little bit of a good thing. I think
sometimes, and you get a lot from kids. They tell you about themselves, and you, and you can't ingest every problem they have, or you would go crazy. So you just have to build a little bit of a block so that when you go home on the weekend, you can shut it all off and come back on Monday. And how was your weekend? What are we doing? And that's how I have to get through it, so that every day I can continue being a teacher. Otherwise, if I just went there and ingested everything that's happening with kids, it would cause me to burn out really quickly and overdo it and quit.
Well, I appreciate you hopping on here, Doug. I'm going to get to this last group of people.
Thank
I
you.
love seeing you on here. Cool guy, dude. Hair's looking awesome today, too, by the way.
Dude, it's just flowing now.
Let it rock, baby.
All right, man. Thank you. Bye.
I used to party. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to party.
All right. Peace, man. Okay. We got the last group of people. I'm just going to panel this last one. Guys, I'm about to bring like 3 of you on. So just let's not try and overtalk each other. And, whatever. Let's just have fun with it. We're winding down. Thanks for the 20 big ones from Ivan here. It goes, the 80s discovered fun with no government overreach, jobs everywhere. The dollar had value. The 90s was sold as owning a home was the American dream, and banks made that possible. Today, it's way harder with less job opportunities. Yeah, makes all sense in the world. It's perfect. Appreciate the $20, man. All right, I'm about to bring some of you on. Just hold your cool, and we're going to get this party started. All right, so real quick, I'm going to start with Anthony, my boy. I'll start with Anthony.
What's going on, man?
Real quick, chilling out, man. So for anybody new watching, Anthony and his wife had some, both got laid off at the same time a while back. I'm trying to see who's echoing here. It might be Anthony, dude. Anthony, you echoing, bro?
I shouldn't be echoing.
Hold on. Oh, it's Anthony, dude. All right, I'm muting everybody. Y'all are muted. I can't trust you. All right, Anthony, I'm muting you for a second. But so Anthony had lost his job, and so did his wife. We're gonna see if they got good news for us. But thanks to all you guys, we ended up raising them up like $2,500. They were able to keep their place they were living. And last I heard, Anthony's wife did get a job. So let's see if we got some good news here. Okay. And we'll see if some Oprah stuff went down. All right, Anthony, you're unmuted.
Yeah, so like you said, my wife found a job, a great paying job, and she's gonna be able to hold down the family until.
Wait, did it go through?
Yes.
Hot damn.
Yeah.
We got
it. She starts not this Monday, next Monday.
Oh, that's wonderful news, man. You got any more good news for us?
I just want to say thank you to everybody, man. We set up a GoFundMe. The GoFundMe had a goal of $2,000, and because of Jack and the channel and the kindness of the creators, we hit a goal of $2,800, and that went way beyond our goal. So I thank you guys. I'm not homeless because of you guys, and Jack, what you're doing is phenomenal, man.
Hey, I'm really happy to hear that, man. I'm about to chat with you on the phone, brother. I'm gonna get you out of here. I got one other guy I want to get on.
Okay.
Much love, dude. Tell your wife I said hi. I'm gonna get on the phone with you later. All right, that's awesome news, though. All right, so we got another guy. Daddy, I'm popping you in here too. We got $2 from the rarest diamond. All right, let's get this party cracking. We're gonna start winding shit down. All right, so we got Adam L. the Stash, man. So how old are you, Adam, and where are you calling from?
30 years old and from Canada.
All right.
Ontario,
perfect.
to be exact.
My man. All right. So, Daddy, how old are you and where are you calling from, my man? Can you hear me, brother?
Oh,
Daddy?
yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I was talking to you, Big Daddy.
Yeah, I'm from California. I'm 26 years old.
All right. And then we got Earth's Edge. How old are you and where are you calling from, my man?
30 years old, and I'm from Nashville.
All right, cool. So, Adam, I'm starting with you, man. So, what's on your mind, dude? What's I'm gonna let Adam pick the topic, or if you guys want to throw something in here, and we're gonna wind down. This is gonna be the the end here. So, it's finale of the show today. So,
the topic.
Make it good, dude.
Last one.
Oh, Well, I don't know. I hear people talking a lot about like setting goals and everything. But what
Mhm.
you need to do is you need to set standards. Because once you start setting standards, then you'll start to see that your life is improving. Because once you start setting standards in every aspect of your life, then you realize that, wait a minute, before I was doing this, but now that I've set this standard and I don't allow that to happen before, now my life is improved. And then you can do that with every aspect and area of your life, financial, hygiene, anything really. And then once you start doing that, you'll start to realize you'll have any limitless potential really to do whatever.
Speaking of standard, it looks like you set a massive standard for that mustache, man. That thing is on point. I
Well,
thought
thank you.
I thought the dude who called in earlier had a good mustache. Thanks for the $1 from Rare Diamond. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think you're absolutely right, man. I actually had a good friend of mine kind of call me out for that once, and this is a while ago.
I've actually heard you mention that before, but like
Yeah.
in different areas.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
like,
He called me out for that because I let so much slack for people.
Mhm.
Like,
But don't get me wrong. Setting goals is right. Like setting micro goals to achieve your ultimate goal, and then going from there and there and there. But it's really about setting standards, and
Yeah.
you'll see it. And you'll see it with different classes, especially with like classes like the middle class, upper middle, rich, and so on and so forth. They have standards, and that's what they don't go below. And you'll notice like the upper, they act all like hoity-toity and shit. That's because it's their standard.
Yeah.
And I know it's like to some people it can be really like atrocious to watch, but that's just the way they lived and that's just the way they grew up. Some people grew up with their standard, and that's just the way it is.
I was just gonna say, because I got called out for it. I agree with you. And ever since I started doing this, like one of them was like not keeping my house clean. I'm an adult, right? And since I had, check this out, since I had 2 people living with me at the time, now it's just my one best friend Taco. So it's just me and him. So now it's a lot easier to maintain that because I was the only one cleaning. I'm not saying Taco don't clean. I'm saying when there was 2 dudes, it almost felt like, but here's what I did is me, knowing me, I would keep shit pretty clean. It's not going to be perfect. You know what I mean? I'm not walking around the house dusting, which I should, but I'm saying it's clean. There's not stuff everywhere. The floor is clean. The kitchen's clean. You know, the bathroom's fine. But what I did was I got called out by a different friend. He was like, see, if this was my house, they would have to have raised their standard to live here. And I was like, actually kind of took that, like, I didn't like take offense to it. I was actually like, he's right. You know, he even called me out for my car because I had all my dad's stuff in the back seat. He was like stuff like this. He's like, why is this all in your back seat? And I'm like, I know. I was like, my dad's clothes. And he's like, throw that shit in the trunk. Keep your car clean. So ever since I had this talk, I know it sounds kind of stupid, but just keeping the house clean and then whoever's like in my space, I understand now why parents are like, make you clean and all that. It's like they're making you live to their standard.
Mhm.
So I actually agree with that. Daddy, what do you think about that? What about you? Was there some standards in your life that you think you might have set the bar a little too low on?
Oh yeah, I grew up like pretty like poor. You know, my house, there's not really no. As long as you're good, that's all my parents cared about. But there was never no like standard, like, oh, you gotta clean. I had to learn that myself at like 18 years old. And I joined the military at 20.
Oh, that probably shaped you up.
Yeah, I was babying my entire life, basically up to 20 years old. But yeah, you definitely gotta set a standard. Like I got so many goals now, more discipline, and
yeah, discipline's a big one.
Exactly.
All right, what about you, Earth's Edge? We're talking standards here, okay? Any standards in your life that you've like set something where you're like, I don't accept nothing less than this. You got anything like that?
Well, I have a Red Pill channel, so I'm thinking when you say standards, I think of my standards when it comes to dating, and I think a lot of course, I have to talk about this because that's all I talk about.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of men these days are setting their standards pretty low for a partner, and I've been seeing a lot of guys settling for women that are way under them and not on their level these days. It's pretty insane, man. One of my good friends, let's hope he doesn't find this. One of my good friends is like, dude, I'm not talking shit about him, but he's settled among so many other guys I know for this girl that's just like, he's like up here and she's like it goes below the screen. You know?
Do you think he's just desperate?
Well, he got out of a 10-year relationship. His girlfriend, his long-term girlfriend cheated on him. And he's just like, oh my God, I gotta find a girl to replace her with. And like,
yeah,
he like locked down this girl so quick. And within like 2 weeks, he was like trying to get her pregnant, and he successfully did that. And I was like, yo, you're going a little too fast. So,
he's on the speed. He's on the fast track.
No,
Well,
that's a problem. A lot of people do that.
Yeah, I'm
They
gonna
just
go ahead.
rotate.
Yeah, just because we're winding down the show, I'll get to you, Adam, in just a second. But like certain standards that I've raised is more like, not leaving the house with like when I came on here, my hair was crazy because I've like had bedhead. I took a nap earlier. I was just like, fuck it, let it ride. But like something that I would do, just I don't know why I didn't care. I guess it's like the wearing pajamas to the grocery store almost. But I would do like I'd wake up and my hair would be nuts, and I would just go to the store. But that's because, like I justified it because where I live, everyone's going to the store and they all look like they just woke up because I live in a not the best area. So I kind of like set my standard lower. So now I'm like, house is clean, right? Car is clean. And I don't go out in public now with just my hair looking crazy. And plus, I'm not saying like I'm famous or nothing, but I've been getting recognized here and there. So I'm kind of like, oh, I really need to like, I was just at the store and my hair is just like fucking nuts. And, but that's me lowering my standard because of where I'm at instead of raising my shit and being like the guy who looks really good at the gas station when everybody else is literally wearing pajamas and waiting in line for the lottery. So anyways, that's what I've set my standard game. But what about you, Adam? What about some standards you've had to like, up the ante on?
Or myself personally, I'd say when it comes to specific habits in my life and in my lifestyle, specifically when it comes to fitness.
Oh, that's a tough one.
I started working out like specifically like as a routine, like the way I play like my instrument, like having a set routine at a set time, set schedule, and doing a specific thing for an hour and trying to do it an hour every day at least.
Yeah, you
or at
show
least
up.
an hour every.
You show up no matter
times
what.
a week. Yes, exactly. So that it becomes a habit because it's about discipline and then a habit. And then once you develop the habit, it just becomes you.
Gotcha. I like that. Yeah, I just started getting back in the gym too, but I'm like, I didn't work out for nearly 8 months, so I get so sore that I haven't been able to pick a schedule yet. Because right now I'm so sore that I'm like, I just can't even. I'm not at that level where I could go, okay, Monday, Thursday, Sunday. Those are my days. Like I'm not there yet. But yes, it is important to like pick those days. And it's like, well, it's Monday. I'm going to have to go eat shit and, do it's abs and legs today. So guys, like that's what's going on.
For me, it's upper body.
It's all upper body.
I know.
You can't sleep on the legs though. Anyways, I appreciate all you guys coming in. I know we're running short. I try and keep these under like 2.5 hours now. But I really appreciate you guys coming on. We got one last guy in the queue. But don't be afraid to pop on next time. I try and get the newer guys up front.
Till next time.
All right, boys.
See you.
All right, later. Yeah, sorry about that. I just cut them off. We got one last guy, real quick though, before we start. I got $10. I really appreciate that from Active Lux. Got another $10 from Scooter, my boy. Scooter's a Patreon member. Much love, brother. Or at least I think that's the same Scooter. We got another $5. Jesus, you guys are generous tonight. Holy shit. Doovie here. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate you, brother. We got another $50 from Skywalker Precious Metals from downtown with the swish. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, so we got Dave. You're the final guy of the night.
Man, thanks for having me on. It looks like a busy chat today.
Yeah, what's on your mind tonight, brother?
Everything. But I mean, like you guys bring up all these topics, and I'm just like, I have an opinion, obviously, but I'm just listening to it, so it's interesting. But
Okay,
I had a
so
question for you.
What's something? Yeah, go ahead.
Just like a lighthearted question for you. I don't know why my camera's all blurry, but I rolled my ankle playing basketball a couple days ago, and I could barely walk.
Shit.
It's pretty interesting how like a little injury like that could pretty much cripple you, And I just wanted to ask you, like, because you skateboard, and I know people that skateboard, what kind of injuries have you had, What's the worst of them, or have you been pretty healthy?
So I've got 6 screws in this hand.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm glad it works. So that was a bad, and that was on a basic skateboard trick too. Just a standard maneuver
Like
that
a
I
kickflip
could
off
do,
a 2-stair or something?
that I could do blindfolded. That's the funniest part. Well, when I fell, I put my hand on a ledge, it slipped off the ledge, and my middle finger went in. It was like a freak accident. So, but like I've broken my foot. I've rolled my ankle at least 20 times to where it's like you can't even walk. It's not broken, but it's a bitch to walk on. What's
That's
another
my
one?
issue.
Yeah, I've
Like,
cracked my head open a few times. I mean, have you got it checked out, or is it just a roll? Is
my
it just
ankle, I've rolled it so many times from like basketball and track and sports that I'll just be walking on a regular day and it just gives out. You know?
really? Do you
Yeah.
work out at all?
Yeah, I work out, but I feel like usually when I roll it and stuff, it's when I'm like doing lateral, like, jumping around playing basketball or something. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, because like a big thing with since I've rolled my ankle so many times, I got to the point where my ankle was so strong. So it sounds to me like your shit's gone the opposite direction.
Mine's loose.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like, that's why I'm asking if you work out, because I found out in my life, because of skateboarding and soccer, but mostly skateboarding, that my shit is like so much stronger because of how I have to move my ankles to skate, and it's all legs. So what I was gonna say is like, if you're ever doing leg day, what is it? Like when you're doing the squat shit, if you do like one of those sit down squat joints, you could kind of just use your feet to push it. So you're like working out your ankles and your
calf
calves.
raises.
Yeah. But you could also do them in reverse too. Like, but not when you're sitting down doing that, but like with bands or like some kind of weighted shit. I think because I've had to do that to strengthen my ankles up, because I was sick of getting them rolled. So basically, like, just look up like ankle techniques on YouTube. Anybody suffering with that type of shit, look up like how to strengthen your ankles on YouTube. It's actually kind of worth it. Because ever since I did that, and then on top of like just skating in general, your shit's pretty sturdy. But ever since I did that for like 2 years, just always like a couple times a week, just randomly, I'm sitting there in my room, kicking it, smoking a joint or something. I'd just be working out my ankles.
Do you have any?
Sounds weird. It sounds weird, but
from your injuries, do you have any pain that like still bothers you that comes up every once in a while?
No, thank God. I don't have any pain in my hands. My feet are fine.
Nice.
I think it's as true as like if you don't use it, you lose it type of deal. I think that's true, because like, for instance, I stopped working out for 8 months, bro. I can't tell you, my endurance is down here, right? I used to be able to do like 5 sets of pull-ups, chilling, like 10 pull-ups, 7 pull-ups, 15 pull-ups, depending on what set I'm on. Bro, I just did pull-ups like 3 days ago. My shit's wrecked. Dude, I got 1 full set of pull-ups in, and then all the rest of them I had to use a weighted band.
Yeah, it's definitely true when people say like, oh, when you're like in your teens and 20s, it's easy to recover. It's easy to get strong. It's easier to like take time off and just come back.
Yep.
And once you start hitting those 30s, obviously 40s and 50s, I'm sure those people they're always like, hey, it's hard to get back into it.
Yep.
So,
because I'm not trying to be Mr. Olympia. I just want to stay fit. I just want to stay fit for as long as possible, because, when I'm 50, if I want to still skateboard, or if I have a kid or something and I want to go do something with them, I still want to be able to be Jack, be nimble, Jack, be quick. You get what I mean? I want to still be loose and limber. Keep it light, keep it loose. But yeah. So anyways.
But yeah, man, I just wanted to hop on, say what's up. Congratulations on all the streams, all the videos. I pretty much watch every single one. So
I appreciate you popping in, dude. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I mean, I'm listening. I'm typing in comments,
I get it. I get it, man. But hey, next time I do a stream, dude, pop in and
sometimes your link, because your chat's going, so like the link disappears, and then
you know what it is. I'm gonna end on this note. I'm gonna quit being an asshole. I'm gonna pay for the StreamYard thing. It'll get better quality for everybody. I just got to pull the trigger. Sometimes we just so much stuff going on. You kind of just push stuff off. I need to set that standard.
It's just like a subscription or something.
Yeah, it's just I just have to do it and sit down and like, save everything, put it in a folder, and like, you know, because you have so many different things. I got to make sure I have my passwords and all this. And but I'm actually going to do that because on the paid version you can pin comments. So I think that's what I'm going to do is I'll be able to like actually have a comment stay at the top. You know, like
highlight it up there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the freebie. I'm on the Hood Rich Ricky edition right here. So it's kind of
hey, got you this far. So
yeah, it is what it is. But anyways, thanks for
all right,
coming on,
man.
Dave.
Have
Talk
a
to
good
you
night.
next time. You too. Oh, hell of a stream, guys. Good fucking talk. God, man, my ears are buzzing. I appreciate everybody coming on. Thanks for all the donations. You know, I think I'm gonna make it like a monthly thing where I do some kind of a giveaway. I mean, I think I'm gonna start doing more of that. I think it's you know, not like make it Mr. Beast-esque where I post these videos where it's like I gave a guy $7,000 to shit his pants, like nothing like that, but just kind of like how on the live stream tonight, or you know, I feel like because you know, you guys give me so many donations and stuff, it almost feels kind of criminal if I don't do the same thing. So I appreciate everybody coming in. Hell of a talk. Yeah, I should have kept this in the whole time. God, I fucked up the entire night. God, good stuff, guys. Enjoy your Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow.